again, and today we're going to get back into some standard gameplay using some tweaked or newly constructed decks featuring cards from the new set, Ikoria, the Lair of Behemoths. So let's take a peek here at some of the decks. I've been having a lot of fun with these, so I figured we could look at the deck that I just call Who Knows Simic. Basically, it is a blue-green Simic with Umori as our companion because we're using all creatures anyhow, so we get a free card. And the idea here is to just mutate and smash it home. So we naturally want to have some ramp effects with the Grazer to allow us to put an extra land card onto the battlefield from our hand, the Paradise Druid, and we're also going to have our smaller little guy here, the Polywog Symbiote, aka Baby Godzilla, Ruin Reborn, and that is the alternate card style name for this creature. So this one is allows us to cast each creature spell for 1 mana less if it has Mutate. So a lot of our cards that we're going to see do have the Mutate mechanic involved. And whenever we cast a creature spell, if it has Mutate, you get to draw a card, then discard a card. So this will help us dig for our big Mutate boys and get the job done. Next we have everyone's tried and true favorite, the Hydroid Krasis. So really no explanation needs to go into this, but this is a great way to finish out the game. If we can make a big Krasis fly over and, get some extra life and card draw while we're at it. Now, I included the Phase Dolphin. People might overlook this little guy. Maybe it'll be used more in Limited. But I put in 2 copies to help assist with our Godzilla, who we'll see in a minute. And it says, whenever Phase Dolphin attacks, another targeting creature can't be blocked this turn. So this is important when you're facing some of the red, black, menace decks with all the death touch creatures and counters. They may have a lot of huge other mutate creatures in play that might even be bigger than yours. So when this thing attacks, another one of your attacking creatures cannot be blocked during your turn. So this Phase Dolphin may only last 1 turn, so you want to sort of hold on to it till you're about ready to employ it. Luckily, it has 4 toughness, so some of the I don't even know if there's any 3 damage burn type spells. I know there's a lot of 2. It could be hopefully overlooked as just sort of a filler creature. Hopefully your opponents won't really take a second look at it and make it the target of a Heartless Act or another just destroy creature removal type spell. So this one I put into combo with the Godzilla Primeval Champion, aka Titanith Rex. So this is a dinosaur beast. It has trampling. It also has cycling. So if you are at the point where you can't get your Phase Dolphin out, you're not going to be able to run through larger creatures or maybe too many death touch creatures, you can cycle it as well. If you're kind of stuck on mana, it does cost quite a bit. It does not have Mutate, so we do not get the discount from the Symbiote, aka Baby Godzilla. So we do have the option to toss it with the cycling and to draw a card. So when you cycle Titanith Rex, you can put a trample counter on a target creature you control. So if you do have to toss it out, you can at least give trample to another one of your creatures in play, maybe a Hydroid Krasis or something like that. But it has trample, and that's the allure. So if you could get the Phase Dolphin to attack with this creature attacking, it just goes right through. Nothing can stop it. Now, it still has the trample, so even if it is blocked by a smaller creature, it's still going to carry over a lot of damage. So it's best when paired with the Phase Dolphin to sort of finish out the game, create a huge amount of damage to the opponent, but that's what we're sort of trying to go for with those 2. Also the Sea Dasher Octopus. I love this little guy. Although I just noticed that poor little fish doesn't look so happy on the artwork there. This is a flash 1/2 blue mana creature, octopus, and it has a mutate cost of 1 and 1 blue mana. So whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So most likely it's not going to cause a lot of damage on its own because it's only a 2/2 and we're going to be seeing a lot larger creatures in the set. But this is a perfect card that you would want to use the mutate feature on to mutate it onto a larger card that is going to be causing some damage, so you'll get that card draw. Next we have the Glowstone Recluse. He is a 2 generic 1 green mana creature, a spider, and he has reach. So this is good if some of your opponents have are running a Azorius blue-white flyers deck. They have a lot of those. I forget what they're, the new black bat, the 3/3 that can mutate. So this can put a stop to some of those things, especially if you mutate this onto a larger creature. And whenever this creature does mutate, you get 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. So it can get big pretty quickly, and you can block some of those flyers that you might not have other resources to deal with. Next, we've got just one copy, because I only had one, was the Trumpeting Gnar, and it's a 1 generic, 1 forest and 1 island or green-blue mana creature beast, and the mutate cost is a bit more expensive than its casting cost, so that's something to take into consideration. Whenever this creature mutates, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. So this one, it might be better to have something mutate onto it instead, because it is quite a cost. But it might also be something you want to use later in the game if you have some extra mana, or some additional ramp we have and nothing else really to do that turn. Then we have Anguirus. Is that how you say that? The Armored Killer, aka the Gem Raiser. So this is a 4 mana, 3 generic, 1 forest, 1 green, whatever you want to call it. Creature beast. It has a reach, trample, and the mutate cost is fairly reasonable at 3. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy a target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. So that's some nice removal here that we wouldn't have otherwise. Because our companion card, the Umori the Collector, the caveat that you have to follow to have this as your companion is each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type. So everything has to be, in this case, a creature. So it will make creatures cost 1 less if we can get this out there. But we can't really have any enchantments or instants or other types of removal. So we have to rely on the creature text itself to look for those. So this one also is nice at stopping flyers. It has a little additional trample. It's a big boy to mutate onto, and it's a 4/4. And we have the Migratory Greathorn. This is a 4-cost mana creature beast, and the mutate cost is for 3. Whenever this creature mutates, you can search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. So it's a great way to pick up some card draw. Parcel Beast is another great card we're seeing, and the mutate cost is fairly reasonable at 2 for 1 green, 1 blue. And it says for 1 mana, and to tap it, you can look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you can put it onto the battlefield. If you don't put the card onto the battlefield, you can put it into your hand. So another great way to dig for some lands, to make our big Krasis, to pay for our big Godzilla. Then we have 2 copies of this crazy guy, the Pouncing Shore Shark. It's a 4 mana, generic mana, 1 blue cost, Shark Beast. So he's got Hulk arms right here. It's a flash creature, so that's really cool. And the mutate cost is 4. And whenever this creature mutates, you may return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. So you can toss back something that's getting in your way, a death touch creature, a big, large, mutated creature, whatever is holding you back, and just bounce it back to the opponent's hand. And then we've got 2 copies of the Auspicious Starix. It's a 4 generic, 1 green mana creature, elk beast. He is gigantic, and his mutate cost is also gigantic. It's 6. But whenever this creature mutates, you can exile cards from the top of your library until you exile X number of permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. So then you can put those permanent cards you find on the way right onto the battlefield. So that's really nice to really pump up your board and your team. And then at the top, again, we have the Godzilla, the Titanith Rex. And hopefully this will help us close out the game if we can get Phase Dolphin in there and just smash our opponent. Mana base, we've got Island Forest, 4 Breeding Pool, 2 Temple of Mystery, and 1 Thornwood Falls, because I only have 2 Temples of Mystery and no more wild cards to craft right now. So you just got to do what you got to do sometimes and hope for the best. All right, so this is my Who Knows Simic deck. Let's give it a try. All right, so let's see what we have here. We can play our Grazer, get an extra land out. Yep, looks pretty good. We have some mutate creatures early on, so hopefully next turn we can mutate the Parcel Beast right onto the Grazer and start digging. Okay, we're not quite sure yet what our opponent's going to be on. Alright, red could be a multitude of things. Let's just play out the Breeding Pool here. Tapped and mutate this right onto Grazer. What's nice is, because the Grazer has been in play, even though we mutated a new creature onto it, we could still attack right away. Alright, there's a big Godzilla. It's going to be a little while before we can get him out there, but we do have both our Phase Dolphin and our Godzilla, so that'll be exciting. Let's just get Umari out here and make those creatures a little cheaper. Alright, so our opponent has green-red, so potentially some kind of Gruul deck. Alright, they've also got blue and Trumpeting Guard. Okay, let's see. So I say we mutate the Sea Dasher Octopus onto the Collector. Underneath, of course, we want to keep that higher toughness in there. Let's attack with it. Alright, and we were able to draw a card. And maybe we'll just wait till our opponent's turn to take a look. We might just want to block here. Alright, they've got their own Parcel Beast. They were able to get their beast token. Alright, let's take a look and see what we can find with the ability here. Okay. Alright, great. There's a land. So what would we like to do here? Maybe get the Recluse out, or should we mutate the Recluse onto the Collector so it also has reach? I don't quite yet want to put the Phase Dolphin out. Maybe we'll just make a 3/3 Crisis. Just to have a little evasiveness, and hopefully we pull another. Oh, I guess I could have made it one bigger. But at least we'll have this to tap and dig for. I guess we can also mutate this onto it. That might be fun. Let's do that. so we can keep drawing some cards. I don't think they'll double block. Might be a little bit of a risk here to do this, but let's just attack. Alright, they're gonna take a look at the top card of their library, and they found a land. We are getting close to the point where we can play this. Alright, here comes a symbiote. Whenever a creature mutates, they get to put a 1/1 counter on that creature and gain 2. So now it's a 3/5 with a Parcel Beast on there. Let's see. What shall we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's maybe, no. Maybe we'll just attack here. Draw a card, see what we get. So the gem razor is nice. I think we will mutate this onto the beast and make it bigger. And I think we'll get our phased dolphin out. And that'll be good. We gotta try to remember on our turn to take a look at the next card. Alright. So they've got the Starix, they're going to mutate on this, it's going to get pretty big. They're going to get some counters, some beasts. And they're going to be able to, ooh, they do have lava coil, so we have to be wary of that 4/4 killing. Okay, it doesn't look like they're going to attack. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we still need some lands. Let's play out the Great Horn. Try to look for some lands. We'll put the Parcel Beast on top of it. Or under it. We'll just keep swinging with the Krasis. Really can't do much because they have that 7/7. Draw another card. Let's get this out there just so everything else is a little cheaper. They've got their own baby Godzilla. And another Trumpeting Gnar. That thing's going to mutate again. They're going to get some potential creatures and another token. +1/+1, and quite a few lands on the field. Alright, what do we want to do here? Don't think we can play this yet, can we? Not yet. What else mutates? Let's just do this to look for the, oh, that one, dumb. Alright, let's put the Recluse onto this, because we want to find this land so we can cast. Let's get rid of the Parcel Beast. I guess the Gnar. And next, well, I guess we can cast this now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Okay, we'll just, for now, swing with the Crazes. So much layering and things to think about. Alright. We get another card here. Ooh, the Starix is very nice. So we just want a nice beast out there, and we can maybe mutate something on there later. Let's see what else we find. All the lands, I think we have enough now though. Alright. Finally! Alright, they're digging for something. I suppose I could have just already used the dolphin, this, and something else and won, but I really want to show you with the big guy how fun it is that they can't block this 11/11 Trampler, even with a full board of creatures. They might start swinging here. Right, they're going to take out the Crazes. So they won't be able to do that with this. Are they going to attack? Okay, that's a no. We've got another dolphin in case they do go after the dolphin. So that's good to know. Let's get Big Boy out there. And we'll pass. We just want to set this up. Maybe we just, nah, we want to hold back in case they do attack as well. Okay, they're tapping all the Parcel Beasts and looking for things. Okay, doing a lot of digging, getting a lot of cards. Alright, now what is this? Just gonna create some crazy damage. Oh, this is the flying Phoenix. So now the 8/8 has flying, so at least we're going to take 8 here. We're going to see a lot of beasts being made. Maybe some things coming back onto the field. So +1/+1 counteraction, so That's a pretty big thing we're going to have to take. We may have been remiss, because now they've got 2 flying creatures. Hopefully not enough to kill us. I will be sad. Alright, we might be dead here. Okay, the other one can't attack yet. So that's okay. We do have reach. I forgot. So we can absolutely block with the Great Horn. That's very nice. Like I mentioned, we wanted these reach creatures. And it didn't have trample, so we're still good. Alright, so hopefully this is it. But they have now 19 with some life gain. So we're going to have to go through this again. We want to keep that creature in play. So, I think we'll hold on to, well, maybe we'll just play out the Phased Dolphin. Good game. I don't know. I don't know, bud. We'll find out. Wait, how much flying do they have? 4. We'll find out. We'll do the math when it's our turn. And what do we have with reach? We've got 1 reach creature left. They're flashing their shark in. They're going to return the big boy to our hand. Lots of counters. Or the reach creature they're going to put back. So how much is that? 20. Alright, well I guess they do win with the Phoenix. Well, we definitely had the opportunity to have won, but I wanted to try to show you with the Godzilla. Alright, we get the idea. That's a bummer. Alright, we've got some ramp creatures here. We can play the Recluse out or mutate it, and we've got our big boy, and if we can't get anywhere with land, we can cycle if need be and just work for our Crisis. That's a pretty cool sleeve the opponent has. Alright, so we'll see which land they fetch to get a clue what they might be playing. I imagine it might be some kind of red and black, maybe. Alright, we'll play out the Druid and pass. So we might be dealing with some menace. Okay, maybe not black. I guess that's is that the Gruul symbol? I say we play out Umari and get all of our creatures a little cheaper and a little easier to cast. We'll just attack here with the Druid. Hopefully don't get burned out. Right, we're afraid of that. Alright, there's a Phoenix of Ash. We can still block it with the Grazer. We've got a Krasis. I say we still mutate the Collector. And it gets an additional 2/2. And let's attack with it. We can still block the Phoenix with the Grazer if need be. They might mutate something onto it. Alright, they've got a Spellbreaker. So maybe this isn't really an updated deck. Maybe it's just the tried and true Gruul. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so this will give us a little discount on our mutate creatures. What else? We could make a small Krasis, but I'd rather wait. We could play out the Beast, which is just a 6/6. I think we'll just do that. We can maybe mutate the Baby Godzilla onto it next turn. Let's see, that's 6. They still couldn't completely kill this, so I think we'll just swing. Alright, Questing Beast. That's a nasty guy. Tried and true nasty guy. And it also has Death Touch and Vigilance, which is a pain in the butt. So let's see, how big can we make this Krasis? Only a 2. Let's just mutate the Godzilla and hope that we get one of those dolphins. Oh, I keep forgetting that you can't mutate this. You can mutate something onto it, but not it by itself. Alright. Well, we could just attack with these two. They're gonna have to block. Even if we lose one to the Questing Beast, that might be okay. They might triple block or, double block one and kill the other. And then we'll still have the Baby Godzilla and the Krasis we can make on the next turn. So I think that's what we'll do just to keep applying the pressure. We're not too hard up for life. It's a chance. Alright, they're gonna just block with 2 like that. We get to keep the Starix. And we got rid of the Questing Beast, at least. That was hampering us. Alright, we got a Zerta Goblin. Another land here. So we can make a 4/4. Alright, they're gonna block. Alright, strike, so they're gonna take each other out. Now, if they do get to escape the Phoenix, I mean, they can. We're gonna play the Shifting Ceratops. Instead, it has protection from blue. We won't be able to return the Ceratops, but we can return the Spellbreaker. We just play it out. No, we don't have enough. Okay. If we mutate this onto that, it may not longer be blue. Yes, worked. All right, and with that little trick and educational moment, the opponent packs it in. All right, so that was our whatever Simic Mutate deck. We'll take one more peek. There are a few things I might want to tweak, but so far it's a pretty big smasher. I'm happy with these mutate creatures. I really wanted to show you the Godzilla Phase Dolphin combo, and we got to pull it off once, but not until the opponent had already really gone wild with the Starix, getting all their cards put onto the battlefield and all the +1/+1 in life gain. So it didn't work out as we wanted. We could have killed them a few turns earlier, but hey, for the sake of showcasing, it was still a pretty interesting game, and you got to see how they mutated and used all of their new creatures as well. So it was still a good match to take a look at. So it's really fun using Imori as a companion. If you are going to play some kind of, either black or green, Simic, with blue, or even, I always forget those names, like Sultai, black, green, and blue, mutate deck, to just use this if you're not going to add any other additional removal, and just use creatures that do have removal effects in them on their flavor text. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great night wherever you may be.